Hello everyone and welcome back to a new deck profile. Today I have the GIshki archetype. This is an archetype of water ritual monsters that aim to control the opponent, whether it be through a hand loop with cards like Gust Kraken, or negating cards with GIshki Nemeranus. Really fun deck that I am excited to show you all today. Without further ado, let's hop right in. So first up, part of the new wave of support, we play 3 copies of GIshki Grimness. GIshki Grimness has 2 important effects. The first is that when you ritual summon exactly 1 water ritual monster with this card, it can be used as the entire tribute. The second effect is if it's normal or special summon, you can special a GIshki monster from your deck aside from Grimness. However, that locks you into attacking with ritual monsters till the end of the turn. This is really important because this card A allows you to summon big cards like your GIshki Gigas with only by tributing him. It'll also allow you to search this next card, which is GIshki Abyss, which can be special summoned off the Grimness. When it's summoned, you can add a GIshki monster with 1,000 or less defense from your deck to your hand. It's level 2. The big issue with him is finding a way to get him off the board so that you can save spaces for your ritual monsters. Great way to do that with a card like Mistar Boy or other links. Now, the searches you will normally do with your GIshki Abyss are either your GIshki Vision or your GIshki Shadow. These 2 cards share the effect that if you ritual summon exactly 1 water ritual monster, it can be used as the entire requirement for that ritual summon. You can discard Vision to search a GIshki ritual monster, and Shadow to search a GIshki ritual spell. These are really important. They are the best searchers you have in this deck, so definitely play these at 3. Moving on to the ritual monsters. First, we play 3 copies of GIshki Gust Kraken. When it's ritual summoned, you can look at 2 cards randomly from your opponent's hand to shuffle 1 into the deck. You do get to hand loop a bit in this deck if you open up a decent hand, but like I said, it's kind of a way to start controlling the opponent's plays. Then you play 3 of the new ritual monster, which is GIshki Nemeranus. It can be ritual summoned with any GIshki ritual spell. If it's ritual summoned, target a water monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and it can't be destroyed by battle with a monster summoned from the extra deck. Once per turn, your opponent activates a monster effect, return a GIshki ritual you control to the hand, negate the activation, and return that card to the deck. This is the main ritual you want to end on. You can also summon out with cards like Aquamira Illusion, which we'll talk about searching later on, but this is really your main end board piece if you're going first. I do play 2 GIshki Mind August. Can be ritual summoned with any GIshki ritual spell, and when it's ritual summoned, target up to 5 cards in any grave, shuffle them into the deck. The interesting part about this card is that it's one of the few rituals I've read that says cannot be normal summoned or set, must be ritual summoned, which is really interesting that that was on here. Another card that has that weird text is GIshki Soul Ogre, which we play 1 of. Can be ritual summoned using any GIshki ritual spell. Once per turn, discard a GIshki to shuffle an opponent's card back into the deck. A little bit of removal. It's a big body, so that turn 3 or turn 2 play will really allow you to get aggressive. Last ritual we play is 1 GIshki Gigas. Once per turn, pay 1,000 life points to draw 1 card. If you do, reveal it. Then, if it was a GIshki monster, shuffle 1 card from the field into the deck. Really important going second tool with 3,200 attack. It is a beast, but you really don't want to be playing too many of this because you will start to brick. Moving on to the spells. I play 3 Focused Aquamira. It adds a GIshki monster from deck to hand, and during the end phase, if you control a water ritual monster, banish this from your grave to set an Aquamira spell trap from deck to grave. And of course, that will be your Aquamira of Illusion, which we'll go over in a moment. As for ritual spells, I play 3 copies of Aquamira. Aquamira allows you to ritual summon a GIshki ritual by tributing monsters from hand or field whose level equals exactly the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. You can also shuffle this card from graveyard into the deck to target a GIshki ritual monster in your grave, and add it to your hand. The other ritual spell we play is GIshki Necromirror. This card can ritual summon any GIshki ritual. Must tribute monsters from your hand or field whose level equals exactly the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. Also, you can tribute one monster your opponent controls. If you ritual summon using this card, you do lose life points equal to the original attack of the ritual summoned monster. And if it's in your grave, you can target a GIshki monster in your graveyard, place that on top of the deck. If you do, place this card on the bottom of the deck. It's cool that they gave them a little super poly, but the big important thing to know with these cards is that it always has to be exact, which is why it's so important that your cards like Shadow and Grimness and Vision allow to be the entire tribute for that monster. Play 3 copies of Salvage. Salvage adds 2 water monsters with an attack of 1500 or less from your grave to your hand. This is important because if you open with either GIshki Vision or Shadow, you can discard them for the search, add them both back with Salvage, and get another search since neither of these are once per turns. I do play 3 copies of Preparation of Rites, just to add a 7 or lower ritual monster from deck to hand, and a ritual spell from your graveyard. I do run 1 Foolish. There are hands where you open either a Vision or a Shadow, along with Salvage, and this kind of gets you that second copy. Also put some waters in grave that you can summon off of your Nary Manas. Finally, I play 3 copies of Aquamirror Illusion. Aquamirror Illusion allows you to special a GIshki ritual from your hand. It cannot attack and is returned to the hand in the end phase. Normally, what you want to summon off that is your GIshki Nary Manas to give you that monster negate on your opponent's turn. Nary Manas can bounce itself, which means you don't have to worry about that final effect on Aquamirror of Illusion. The only card I played in the extra deck is 1 Mistar Boy, just to boost up my water monsters, but also to hopefully get cards like the Abyss off my field, since it's really hard to ritual summon with them. That is all I have for you all today. I really do enjoy the GIshki ritual playstyle. So I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.